Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. It's a lovely day in Sonoma Valley, and I would say that even if I wasn't paid to do so. I went to the farmer's market today. I got dim sum. I got little bao, little pork buns, which is really delicious. Crepe lady wasn't there. The taco guy wasn't there, but luckily the bao guy was there and did that. Saw Jimmy the pumpkin guy, and it was a lovely day at the farmer's market. But before I went to the farmer's market, I had to stop and get advice on things to do in Sonoma. And I had some volunteers at the visitor centers who helped me out. We have volunteers that come in all the time, and they answer questions, and they're very friendly, usually, and charming, usually, and very helpful to people. And today I had the honor to talk to award-winning volunteers, a power duo that show up. They make everything better. They're super nice. They're wonderful. They're very special guests. And this time I actually do mean it. This time I actually mean it because they always listen to this podcast and give me constructive criticism, emphasis on criticism, and constructive. It's Diane and Dennis Mitchell. Hi, guys.
Let's give them a big hand.
Thanks, Dennis. Thank
Welcome
you very much.
to the morning show.
That was good. You guys are award-winning volunteers.
Indeed.
You have award-winning volunteers at the Visitors Bureau, and you show up on Fridays, right?
Fridays.
Yes.
Okay, because we record these on Fridays, and you guys show up, and you help me by talking to everybody that I would otherwise have to talk to, and you answer their questions. Is that a correct summary?
They come from far and wide to see us.
Personally.
They do.
They do.
They do. Dennis, how long have you guys been volunteering with us?
2.5
years.
years.
2.5
Yeah.
years.
Okay. And you're the Friday morning crew.
Friday morning.
Okay. And today, did anybody come from far away to talk to you?
Canada.
You had a
Brazil.
You're Brazilian? Okay. Who else? Was it one person or two people from Brazil?
One from Brazil.
Two from Colorado. 2 from Canada.
Okay. Wasn't there like a van that pulled up? They're all from the state that looks like a mitten. Michigan. Did you talk to the Michigan people? Or
Michigan. Jan talked to Michigan.
Oh, Jan got the Michiganders?
Michiganders.
Michiganians?
Michiganians.
Yeah, so people come from all over and they ask you guys questions. Yeah. What's the favorite question they ask you, Diane? Like, what's the most common one they ask you?
Where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom? Dennis, where's the bathroom at the visitor center?
Behind the big building.
In the back right there. In the back right there. How did you guys get into becoming a volunteer? Like,
Well, we left Sonoma. Well, Jan worked there, and we would go and see her, and we knew about it. And we knew about the Visitors Bureau because we worked in the industry for a while.
oh, you did?
In the wine industry, and we knew about the Visitors Bureau.
And
Okay.
we belong to the Visitors Bureau.
You did. What you guys worked for a winery?
Yeah.
Okay. And were you winemakers?
No.
No. We were consumers.
Consumers. We were tasting room.
Okay, you worked in tasting room. Well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Hospitality.
Yeah, front of the house, as they call you.
Yeah.
DTC, direct to consumer.
Yeah.
And how many different wineries did you work for?
Well, one here, but there was.
Minnie and Livermore.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you guys doing in Livermore?
We worked. We had a
we had
daycare business in
daycare.
Fremont.
Okay, hold on here. This whole story is unraveling. Here I thought you guys were growing grapes and
Yeah.
living this cinema. It turns out you're from other places.
Yes.
Diane, where are you from?
Where was I born?
Where were you born?
I was born in Iowa
Okay.
and moved out here when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Not here. We moved to Dublin,
Dublin, California.
California.
Famous, Dennis, for what?
Famous for Dublin.
For Dublin.
I think there's a prison out there right now, right?
There
There
is.
is,
It
yeah.
used to be Camp Parks. It was, yeah,
So you moved out there
Mm-hmm.
and went to high school here, then in California.
Pleasanton,
Pleasanton.
Amador.
Okay. Dennis, where are you from?
Woodby Island, Washington State.
You're from Whidbey Island?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
No.
It's kind of like you look like an orca. You kind of got
I
the
am-
salmon.
I am-
And,
it's-
yeah.
It's in my blood.
That's beautiful up there.
Yeah. It was,
That is it.
Yeah.
I have there's a big Navy base up there. Naval
where-
Air Station would be.
Oak Harbor, that's where I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Navy base.
that's my uncle has he lives in Seattle, but he's got a place up on Whidbey. And we love going up there.
Me too.
Their crab season is so long up there.
Cold water.
Yeah.
And good.
And good salmon
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Okay, so then, okay, you're in the East Bay, Pleasanton area. You're up in Washington.
Oh, no.
No, moved 17 times before I got to high school.
What do you guys like, not pay your bills?
No, we constantly being moved to other bases.
So you're a military dependent.
Yes,
And was your mom or dad in the Navy?
my dad was
Okay, so you were moving back and forth
everywhere. Yes,
everywhere. You said 17 times.
yeah.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Oh, it was different.
Were you always like on base schooling, or were you like going to the
We were-
local public school?
We were close to the base, or we had on-base schooling, and then we had public schools too.
Okay, that around there.
I
I
know.
did not know this.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's more.
So you guys met. Let me go here because like you're moving around all the time, Dennis. Somehow did you end up here in the Bay Area?
For high school, the last couple years of high school, I ended up here.
Okay, but not in the North Bay.
No,
Oh, okay. Where did you guys meet? If I can ask that, am I allowed to ask that?
You're not allowed.
Okay, thank you.
We met at work.
at
We
Gillig
worked at
Brothers
Gillig Brothers
school buses.
Wait, you guys worked for the school bus company.
Yeah, we did.
Did they make them, drive them, or maintain them?
No, that
we
was
just worked there.
that was in Hayward when they used to. That was the main. Remember, this
Where
was
they
back
built
in early
The
70s.
70s.
So
Okay, and so it's a school bus company.
Company. Yeah,
That's phenomenal.
it was a lot of fun.
They don't have school buses anymore.
Gillig
They
does.
have
They're making the
they build
electrics.
electric buses now.
Oh, okay, so Gillick manufactured buses.
Manufactured buses.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And so that's where you guys met.
Yep.
I didn't even know that we had that in the look at me. We used to build stuff in America? No, so there was there's a bus company that makes stuff in Hayward.
Was, yeah.
Was.
Now it's in Pleasanton, I believe, or Livermore.
Okay. Okay. And that's where you guys met.
Yeah.
And then you said, forget this. We're not going to become working for the school buses anymore because you mentioned that you had a daycare.
We did.
Okay, so you
We
operated.
did a lot of things before that, though. Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
You guys have like changed a lot of jobs.
We've
and
had
stuff
a
like that.
lot.
That's great. You're like very okay. Do you think that works as a visitor center? Because you have a lot of different experiences. So when people come talk to you, you can.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question.
a lot of it comes from the people that we work with, though.
What are they like?
Really nice.
Oh, good answer. Thank you.
Best
You're sweet.
best boss ever.
Well, tell me about. Fast forward to working at the visitor center and volunteering there. What's a shift like? What do you do?
11 to 1, and Diane and I work there together along with our supervisor. And lots of people coming in from all over the place, even England today, and
We had
Canada
Australia.
and Australia.
Okay.
And they're more interesting than we are, honestly. But they're always looking for the better parts of Sonoma, either wine tasting, restaurants, places to stay, interesting hikes to go on. We have many parks and many different places where you can go hiking.
True. Do you guys like to hike?
Used to.
A little, but it's just a fun job, and the people that we meet are fun.
Yeah.
And
You're actually being a little modest because you are famous for bringing people coffee, Dennis.
oh,
You go across the street, and he brings you coffee, Diane.
Yes, he does.
That's so nice of you.
Well, we share it.
You do. And then you ask other people, do you want a coffee?
no.
He does.
You ask me that all the time.
Oh, you do, yes.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. I mean, I'm not saying you ask all the Australians. That would
We're
be
just
a step too far.
We're just kissing up.
That's right. We're not, I mean, I don't think we
Anything.
pay the volunteers enough for you guys to like buy coffee. For
Not yet.
Not yet. We're working on it. Do you find that your personal life, the things that you like to do, align a lot with your recommendations?
Very much so. We get out a lot and we talk to a lot of people. We have a lot of friends, a wide circle of friends. Most of them used to be at wineries
Okay.
or somewhere in the hospitality field.
Because it sounds like you got into hospitality, though, kind of after the main part of your career was over and you moved up here. Did you move up here for the winery job, or did you move up here and then get the winery
That's
jobs?
another good.
We moved up
Question.
here because we got a job at a winery.
So you were working in Livermore, at a winery and got another job here.
No, we were running a daycare
Right.
and working weekends and
Keep
doing
those separate
crush.
because the 4-year-olds,
Yes.
they can work on the picking line,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Well, we did school age, so we
did
didn't have
school-age
really
children.
little.
So they could even work great because they
Absolutely.
understand the difference in red and white.
We took them everywhere. Yeah.
All right, so you moved up here and got the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Had you had a lot of experience in wineries prior to that, or a lot of
Yes.
knowledge?
We'd had a lot of experience from different wineries in Livermore,
Okay.
and because we were doing pourings and we were working crush
Hmm.
for wineries up in Oregon, and we were doing wineries down here.
Wait,
and
you guys were
doing
working
that.
crush? Were you going up? You weren't like running hoses
Going-
and stuff in
going
the
up
back,
to,
were you?
Going up to crush in Oregon and doing it here,
Okay.
and that's how
What's
we
your
got.
like secret
that's
life
how,
of you guys?
That's how we got the job.
Well, it wasn't on a daily
first
basis.
was at Eric Ross Winery,
Okay.
but we were hired for
There was another one up at Moon Mountain. It
up
used
at
to
Moon
be,
Mountain.
Okay.
and then they got bought out,
Oh, okay.
and
They told
They
us
didn't want
we
two
had the
people.
job. And then when we got there, they said we can't have a husband and wife working together. And I said, okay. So,
You got divorced.
no. Then went and
we'd retired.
we were pouring for the winery at an
Wait,
event.
hold on. They literally said that they wouldn't hire a husband and wife?
You couldn't.
Yeah,
We had the job.
it got bought out from a big company. I
Okay,
believe.
that's
This
interesting.
is so many years ago.
Yeah, I
now.
never heard of that before. Okay.
But
Then we were pouring in San Francisco for the winery up in Oregon at one of the big events.
Okay.
And somebody that had a winery here in Sonoma, Eric Ross.
Okay.
2 photographers, John Story and Eric Luce, picked us up and said, would you like to work here? And we said, absolutely. They said, we can only pay one of you. We said, that's great. And so we started working there
Wait, both of you started working
for
there?
a long time. Yeah.
we had already retired because we were
Got it.
past the age where we needed to
Okay.
be working full time.
Got it. Thank you for filling that in because I was like, wow, you said, sure, I can only pay one of you. And you're like, we're both going. We're in.
We're
doing it.
No,
We were
we had
doing
done
it.
a lot of different little things,
Yeah.
but
This is
daycare
great.
was the main thing, and that
Okay.
was
That's got to be, I'm going to go back to that. That's got to be a pretty challenging job.
it's fun.
Yeah?
It's fun.
We worked at the schools with our son, and we worked in the classrooms, and we found out that a lot of kids were looking for daycare, and one of the mothers that we got later set us up with the first 6 kids, and then eventually we were licensed for 12 kids.
You had 12 kids running around your house.
Yeah. Well,
It
we
was a big
had
house, but we had before. What got us in that was Dennis was working nights, I was working days,
Okay.
and Dennis was working at the school, and so he's the one that got it going. And then I kept working. I was driving for UPS, and Dennis was working nights, and so we kind of juggled our schedule.
Making it work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for you guys.
It was nice. Yeah,
So you were driving one of the brown vans for UPS?
I did. Yeah, and then quit after I was there about 5 years, but I quit after Dennis had started the daycare, and we did daycare for almost 20 years.
My goodness.
So that was the majority of our journey.
Like, yeah, this is great. You guys have like done everything, it seems like.
well, there's way more.
We won't talk.
Wait, what other odd jobs have you had in your life?
11 failed.coms and one that made it.
Well, that's okay. So you spent a year in San Jose. No,
Oh
it's
no,
not.
there was many.
11,
yeah.
11.coms.
And 11.coms, and then I was working in Burlingame when we lived here, and commuting down at 3:30.
Oh,
in the
that's
morning.
horrible. From Sonoma
From here to
to
there.
Burlingame.
Yeah.
Can I ask what any of the .coms or anything like the weird ones that were going to sell weird stuff? Like remember the pets?
Fog Dog, Great Entertaining, Mac Store and Terra Store.
Do you have all the logo wear still? Do they give that
I have,
stuff
yeah,
away?
I have everything. Get Smart,
Get smart.
and then Providian Bank and and
Wow.
Washington Mutual,
Oh, okay. Well,
and
is that the one that went under?
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Dennis, that's amazing.
So, it was a lot of fun.
You're like the Silicon Valley veteran warrior.
It was a lot of fun to be around.
Yeah?
Because after the first couple, I realized that most of them are going to fail. And, well, they did because we just spent money and tried to,
Was this early 2000s or late 90s or
It was 96.
Late 90s.
so the first .com
Yeah.
bubble? I remember I grew up in the South Bay, and my sister was here, and I was living in the Midwest, and she said, "You got to come home. There's these jobs in .com." And I said, "What do they do?" She goes, "Nobody knows."
Nobody.
She goes, "They need something called content. They need that. Just come." And I'm like, well,
It was a lot of
a
fun.
guaranteed job here. Yeah, so
The first one I went to work for was Terrace Store, and I thought I was going to be a millionaire, and that failed.
I knew.
But then I went to Get Smart, and that was one of the better deals. I worked part-time for them, managed the buildings that they were in, and ended up going to work for a bunch of the companies that went to work in our buildings.
okay.
And so, but it was fun once I realized that nobody's going to get rich.
Right, you just
And
kind
that
of approached it
it's a
with that
time date
mentality.
stamp on you that, yeah,
It's interesting you worked for 11,
yeah.
and what time frame? A year and a half, you said, or two?
Oh, God, no.
A couple years?
5 years.
4 or 5 years? Okay, so then I also heard that you moved a lot. Like, I'm hearing a theme.
I worked at several different companies at a time. I was,
Part-time kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Gotcha, okay, smart.
yeah.
And
And
then
then
that remote work thing where I worked for 3 different places and jiggles the mouse, I think you're working.
yeah.
Okay,
And then the buildings that we had, they hired me to manage the buildings that they were renting out to the people.
okay.
And those turned out to be the longest lasting.
That's probably smart. It's rather than working for the companies, work for the
Work for the building owner.
office space, and that way the next
Yeah.
.com
And
just
there was
comes in.
always people that were moving in, like the body shop. I thought that was going to be the biggest ever, but I didn't take stock.
Wait, the body shop, like the
Body shop, it was lotions. And all this
the one in the mall, not the one,
Mall.
not the panels of like cars.
No, well financed.
Right, the smelly stuff at the
It
mall.
really took off.
Yeah,
That was a really good one. So,
you guys have done a lot.
yeah,
Okay, I did some more research on you.
you did.
One of you is, quote, an excellent cook.
Diane.
I wouldn't say excellent.
Well, the
I like
person
to
I spoke
cook.
to said she's an
Excellent.
excellent cook.
Yes, she
Well,
is.
And I hear you're working on clam chowder today.
Oh, I'm making some clam chowder for
cook-off.
for Jan and her sister.
There's a cook-off?
A cook-off.
So you're a competitive excellent cook?
No,
Definitely.
I'm not.
Well, a cook-off implies a competition.
Well, her sister makes a red,
Okay.
and I had the white. And she said, well, next time I come out, she's from Texas, she was going to do a cook-off for it. So,
Okay, so you're doing that tonight.
yeah,
What are you putting in it?
clams,
Taters.
Cream. A
cream,
little bit of cream. When you make
half
clam
and half.
chowder, yeah,
Don't want too much, yeah.
you realize that it's not a super low-fat option.
No.
It's so good, though.
It
It's
is
half and
so
half.
good.
Clams, onions, celery, leek,
Okay.
thyme, butter.
And Jan's sister is making the other kind, the
She's
Boston.
making the red one.
And which one's the proper way to? What's the right one? She's not going to hear us. What's the right one?
I don't know.
The white one.
Thank you, Dennis.
I like the
The
white.
red one is just overwhelms the
New
clams.
England.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
England style.
Okay, yeah.
I like the New England.
I don't know what New England Boston style clam chowder. What are they?
Boston is white.
Oh, it is. So
Oh,
what's
New England is. What's the other one? The red one is.
The red one's. Wasn't Boston New England? Or is New York? Maybe it's like even further New England, like Maine or
It's
something.
red.
It's red.
It's the red one.
Now we know.
Wish I had Google.
God, I hope. You know what? You know what we should do? We'll get the volunteers from the Bangor, Maine
From Bangor,
Volunteer
Maine,
Center,
yeah.
and they'll tell us the
Right.
truth
They-
about clam chowder
We'll
from
get
the
a
New
call
England.
Lobster.
Are you there, caller?
Those phone lines are lighting up now.
I hear. Speaking of which,
Yes,
neighborhood nice guy helps everyone.
he does.
That's what I heard about Dennis. Is that true?
Oh,
For the elderly, I am.
he does for
Okay.
everybody.
And for the younger kids, you push them over.
We don't have
There's
kids.
no young, there's
It's
no
55
younger.
and older.
55 and older.
Oh, you guys live in a 55 and
But
over
older
community.
people are really nice.
Okay.
The older get, sometimes they get crabbier. We've had those too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there's some crabby people.
Crabby. Well, the older you get,
What?
short-tempered sometimes.
Well, that's interesting.
not everybody.
Not everybody, Dennis.
No.
You guys are charming, pleasant.
We're not that.
We play.
Thanks.
we
Well, you're not
I
bad.
don't know what you said.
we pull them in.
You're not bad.
Oh, you're funny. Know what I'm
No,
saying?
I know what you mean.
I know I can't win.
But some
so
people
I
get
apologize.
very,
Really.
as they
Things-
get older.
Yeah. Well, that happens. Irascible. They get like a little
Yeah.
whatever.
But for the by and large, they're all really good people.
That's good.
You know.
And you help people out in your neighborhood.
Definitely.
That's why you drive people places, dentists, and
Yes.
so it seems like volunteering is just part of a natural extension of what you like to do.
Yeah.
If I could put words in your mouth,
You can.
Nice of you to say.
I'm nice once in a while.
I know you're nice.
When we're recording, you guys know how mean I am when you're volunteering. I know. I yell out there. That's not the right answer.
I know. Yeah, you did.
Oh, you forgot to tell him.
When you had your window at the.
I
know, I missed
She
that.
took the window.
I know.
I miss the window seat.
I know. It was like I could either be like Romeo and Juliet or I could be like the Pope. I had so many things I could do from that window, but now I've got a little cubicle.
Well,
Oh well, that's life.
it's life, is
life.
right.
I've also heard, quote, you're movie lovers.
We are definitely movie lovers.
Really?
Yes.
Where do you go see movies?
We don't go
We do, but we.
rent them at home.
You do? Okay, so you're a streaming kind of people. You watch them at home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wait, you're the ones that ruined it for me about Dune?
We did.
No, because then I thought I finished Dune. I was halfway through Dune 2. Did you tell me? And you said, oh, there's a third Dune coming out?
No,
Maybe someone else told me.
no, we weren't part of the Dune
Okay.
factory.
My son said I had to watch Dune. So I said, okay, I'll watch Dune. I watched Dune 1. I'm like, wow, that was a long movie. And then they're like, oh, there's a second one. So I'm like, okay, I get like, and we have to do these in installments at our house. And I get almost through the whole thing. And someone goes, well, I bet you can't wait till Dune 3 comes out. I said,
Oh.
are you kidding me?
I wouldn't say that.
Has
I
it?
know. No, I have to wait like a
there's
year and a
no-
half or something
Oh,
like that. Well, what kind of movies do you guys like? What do you watch?
We go
a
all
lot
over.
of Woody Allen movies.
Okay.
Some serious, scary movies. The latest one was Clos le Chance by Woody Allen, a very frightening movie, all in French. And
Wait,
you
here's
follow it with subtitles.
Okay.
But it was very good, easy to understand.
Okay.
But it's a love story that goes south.
We go all over, Tim. Sometimes
Really?
they're old movies. Sometimes
We
they're.
watch
yeah.
a lot of old movies.
Are you popcorn people when you watch your movies? Or
I love popcorn. Dennis doesn't like popcorn that much, but if I make it, he eats it.
Good. Dennis, proper answer. Is there butter on it or not?
I don't like popcorn that much. It's too filling.
Okay. Gotcha. Who chooses the movies?
We
Both of us. We
both
vote
do.
on. We own a lot of them.
You actually own movies on like DVD, VHS,
No,
or streaming.
We
Yeah,
buy, we
yeah.
stream them.
Well, because I know people who are way into movies, sometimes they'll buy the physical media because they don't trust the streaming company
Oh,
Well, I don't.
after 11.coms, right? Like they might not exist after.
No, that's once you cancel your subscription, you lose the rights to everything that you've purchased. I believe.
oh, I didn't know that.
You better start watching those movies.
If there's any attorneys listening, my phone number is.
All right, you guys been volunteering for a while. You won a major award.
Yes.
You won Volunteers of the Year for Sonoma County last year, if I recall.
New talent.
Best New Talent,
Yes, Best New
2024. That's right. And that you guys got a major award. You got a trophy,
Yes, we did.
which after 6 months you stopped bringing to work.
Oh.
But when you started bringing it to work, I loved it.
I know you did.
You popped it right there on the cart. I said, that's the best thing ever.
We have it on our headboard in our bed.
No. Award winning.
My people. I'm getting down with my bad self. Yeah.
Do you when people come and talk to you at the visitor center, are there questions that you're like, I can't believe they're asking me this again?
No,
There's no stupid
you have
question,
to be
remember?
ready for everything. I
Okay.
think, and the best one is the hidden bell. I know. Came and they said there's a hidden bell. It's on the side of the road, and we've got to find out where it is. And immediately we went to our immediate supervisor, Tim Zinner.
And what that guy say?
He said,
Very
I don't
helpful.
know.
He said, look it up, Google it. Get out of my office. No.
Get out of my cubicle all the time.
Yeah.
They're taking my office.
That's right.
Right, but where is this hidden bell?
It's at the garden.
It's up by Beltane. I had all the. Remember, I showed it.
It's
to
up at
you.
Los Gillicos, right?
That's
Yeah,
Delicos, yeah.
Is it where it was? And I think it was a home for wayward women.
I think it was. Yeah.
And there was, which, now there was a juvenile facility there, juvenile detention facility. It's at the base of Sugarloaf Mountain,
By
and
across from St. Francis.
across from St. Francis. Yeah, and
But this is in the Flora and Fauna Center that's there on the right-hand side.
in the botanical
The
center.
ranch. is
Oh, right, the belt.
the-
I don't know. So there was like some sort of ranch / preserve now. that there is a
It's
house
all
up
the-
there.
You go up there. We used to buy grapes from them, but they also have all these trees and bushes and plants and flowers.
Oh,
And it's
so it's not the
beautiful.
botanical garden. This is a different
It
thing.
is the botanical
It's
garden.
past it.
Oh, it
you
is.
don't really
Past.
see it. I have all that stuff.
So anyway, someone wanted this bell. The bell was in a chapel on this property.
I'm not on that property. They got it and brought it there and put it in. They were going to hang it there.
They moved the bell.
They moved the bell.
I don't know, but
See, that's a good story. That's a good question.
well, he stops by, and I've got the information for him if he ever comes by.
So this man is on a mission to find this bell and where it
Not
came from.
find it. He wanted to know what it was and what
Okay.
was up there, and it was like
It's on the side of the road, but it's very difficult
you don't
to
always
see.
see it.
Right, I've only caught glimpses of it sometimes.
you go.
And not the bell itself, like the white
The
building.
little
It's where
area,
it hangs.
yeah.
Huh. Okay, so that's the question that they stumped you.
Yeah.
But you guys found the
Well,
answer.
there's been several.
Okay.
Oh, we had one today.
What?
There's a white house, or I think it's a resident
On
that
Gunlock
lives there now,
Boonshoe.
up by Gunlock Bunshoe. And
Old.
the man's been here since 1980s. I think.
It's like on the property of Gunboat?
Yeah, and he said he wanted to know what it was,
owns
but we didn't know. And we said, ask Gunbun, and they said he did, but it was younger people, and they just
They
started
didn't
working
know.
there. So
Maybe
they
it's like
didn't-
one of those things like we don't talk about the man in the White House.
That's
Maybe it's like
it.
a cousin that they just don't talk about.
Maybe
That could be.
it's a ghost.
Should we start that rumor now?
Okay.
Did you guys hear about the ghost? Supposedly there's a ghost, a child ghost on the playground on the plaza. Angie Sanchez is on here from Ola Vida, and she said there, supposedly, because there's supposedly tunnels, right, underneath the plaza, and there's a child, it has to be a Victorian ghost, because they all are, that comes up and talks to you. You guys
We
haven't
had a
heard
ghost
that.
at the bed and breakfast. Well, we had a bed and breakfast.
You owned a bed and
We
breakfast?
didn't own it. No. We ran it just for a while.
Wait, you guys left out the fact that you were innkeepers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when'd you do that?
When it was right next door to the house that we had in Fremont, and it was
Okay.
a bed and breakfast, and
Okay, wait, who goes to bed and breakfast in Fremont?
nobody anymore. Well, they didn't
But
then
they
either.
did then.
Well, they did,
We
but it was
did
Silicon
weddings.
Valley people coming.
Okay, they come
and there
up-
were weddings. We'd do weddings.
Many
Oh, right,
weddings.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Take Bart to the B&B?
No.
we took.
They
Bart.
would drive.
We took Bart all the
We
time.
We were
from-
right
yeah.
next to Mission San Jose. And
Oh, the
that was
the
part-
original San Jose.
That was part
Yeah.
of the
Right. Okay, so you're in the,
But there was a
allure.
ghost there.
there was a ghost at your B&B.
Yes.
Was it a friendly ghost?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
there was a couple of them because once, yeah.
Okay, this is. But you're not gonna tell me more. Like, is it like did it appear in the middle of the night with like bloody eyes, or was it like friendly? Like, I'm gonna make waffles.
People would come in who had seen ghosts in other places, and they would come in immediately and say,
They could sense.
"There are ghosts here," and we believed it because before it was that it was a row of buildings. It was the Dominican sisters were built right behind us.
100% there's ghosts
Right,
now.
yeah.
You said convent ghosts.
Yeah, no.
That happens.
But it was an old building. It was a barber shop, and it was,
And it was
several
a
different things.
House of
ill repute.
Okay.
Too. And then the house that we lived in was built by Keith Medeiros,
Well,
a
that was the
pillar
big
of
one.
Fremont
Oh, really? Is he like
business. Yeah,
outstanding citizen of
did
Fremont?
it all
He
himself.
was, yeah, he's,
Yeah.
Fremont's a nice
And
town.
the story.
it was.
No, it still
Nice.
is. I think
Yeah,
it's
a
a
nice
lot of
town.
people there, but it was, it was part of an early Hollywood, right? They would film a lot of movies up there at
There- in Niles,
In Niles,
Niles
yeah,
Canyon,
for-
a lot of,
early westerns.
And-
Charlie, Buster Douglas and
and the other guy, Charlie Chaplin.
yeah.
Charlie Chaplin Studio, I believe, was there,
yeah.
going all the way up through Niles. It was beautiful.
But it's also different now.
Yeah.
Well, things change.
They do.
I know. Wow, look at that. We're gonna just do like a little pause, a little requiem for the past.
Past
There it is.
the toning of the bell.
I want to ask you guys, going back to Sonoma. There's something in front of you.
Yes.
It says Sonoma Sips.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you about a new program we're rolling out. You guys know there's tasting rooms in Sonoma Valley, right?
Really?
See,
Okay. Sometimes people come to them, but you guys have been in the wine business, so you walk right in. You know what to do. Some people are intimidated by going to a winery,
Yeah, I know.
right? And I mean that's why we have volunteers. You guys are there to like, hey, no, this is easy. This is you're friendly, you're smiling, and stuff like that. We're rolling out a new program starting February 15th. Runs for a month. $15 tastings at a bunch of different wineries. Yeah, we have like 25 wineries signed up so far. where you can walk in. The tastings are $15, and it's like the old days. Okay, I mean not the old days where it was free, but it's like basically free plus inflation. So for a month, $15 tastings of special. The winery chooses the wine, and you don't have to sit down for an hour and a half. Most of them you don't have to make a reservation. So just to get people back into kind of that, introduce them to wine.
Affordable tasting.
Affordable tasting, and
it
also
needs to be nowadays.
Yeah, and I also think not as big of a time commitment because some people are worried. Okay, I'm going to do a tasting, and like, oh, it's 2 hours. But what if I don't like it? Now I'm there for 2 hours. This is your chance to go, and if you don't like it, you can go on to something else.
It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be studying something.
What are your tips for good wine tasting? Because you've been on both sides then of the.
Well, if you like it, go in and taste. They're wanting you to taste their wine and what they're done, and
don't be afraid to say that it's not my cup of tea, and dump it.
Yeah,
and you don't have to do the whole tasting. You don't.
So it's not rude to the wine person saying I don't like it.
Shouldn't be.
You're not there to get hammered. You're there to have a few tastes, see what you like, and then if you find something you really love, you'll buy it.
Or you can buy a glass. If you're not interested in getting a tasting, just go in and if you want white wine or red wine, a lot of places will give you a little taste of something to see if you like it.
Yeah.
Do you guys still go out wine tasting?
Not
Yes.
Well, we do, but not.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
We have favorites.
Oh, you do? Okay, so you go back to wines that you like and just kind of check in with them.
And close to restaurants that we like.
What kind of restaurants you guys going to? Where's
Outside of the valley.
Really?
Not allowed
You've
to
left the
talk
island?
about them.
You've left the island? All the way to Petaluma, Santa Rosa? Where are you going?
We really
Bodega
love.
Bay.
Bodega Bay? Where do you go?
Well, it's not wineries. We go there for food.
Mm-hmm.
But
Where do you go, Dennis?
here, you mean for wine?
No, tell me about the restaurants in Bodega Bay. We can talk about them.
Spud Point and Fisherman's Cove.
I hear Spud Point has the second best chowder
It's
after your wife's.
No, I don't.
it's
It is good chowder.
there's
And the Fishtarian is there, and there's
Oh, I haven't been there.
and the other one. Oh, it's just
the Valley Ford.
Valley Ford is right there
Rockerville,
now.
yeah.
That's a good place. Oh, for Rocker Oyster
Oh
Farmers.
my gosh!
You like oysters?
Yes,
I like oysters, yeah.
most assured.
It's just fun. It's a nice little day trip, and it's close to Sonoma.
How long does it take to get there?
From us, about 45 minutes, maybe.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and you don't even have to get on the freeway. You can take all the back roads.
You cut
if
through
you-
Petaluma and
Yeah.
take the
whatever.
back
Okay.
roads.
And then do you sort of make a day trip out there?
We'll go and have lunch, usually with Jan, and have a glass of wine, and then we might stop at another place that has oysters or crab nowadays, and have crab and another glass of wine, and then come home.
Sounds like a good trip.
It's
A
fun.
lot of fun. It's all in who you bring.
That's true.
Oh, look at that. He brings you, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, we like going over to Napa too. Napa's nice.
Napa is nice.
It's not Sonoma, but it's Napa.
And we hit the restaurants here in town. There's so many that we like, and all of them for different reasons.
Okay.
The atmosphere is fantastic in our restaurants in town.
There are obviously
And
restaurants.
we like to walk to them after work
Oh, you do?
when we get off at 1.
I
and
see
have
you guys.
lunch.
You go out and there. You have your
Yeah.
your route there. And you do your thing. Have you been to Tosca, the Portuguese style small plates? I don't know if you've been that one next to Sai.
No.
It's good, and he's good. He's good for lunch. And what's nice is you can share, and it's not big plates. So if you don't like something, or you want to, but you like seafood and Portuguese food.
We like everything.
You do. Okay.
Yeah. La Salette.
That's
Fantastic.
quite good.
And there's so many in town that are our favorites. I won't go on and on about them. But it's atmosphere.
He doesn't want to get kicked out of one.
No, I.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to say Sonoma Grill, and then Maya's going to be mad at you. And
I
then,
love Sonoma
I
Grill.
see, and then you're
We
going to
went there
say,
last week.
have you been to Little Lou's, that little burger stand at the gas station?
No, but you have.
I love it.
I know you say
So
that.
good. Yeah, they're
And
really
I
good
say it every
burgers.
time we go by there. We got to stop there.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, it's classy because you can sit. I mean, it's a picnic bench
Yeah,
at a gas
that's
station.
okay.
I like it. I also like the Coyote food truck. They have good tacos
Yes, they
We
do.
truly
Yeah.
enjoy that. Too.
across from the high school there. I do want going back to our Sonoma Sips.
Yes.
We've been making wine here for 200 years. This is the 200th year anniversary of the planting of grapes here. And that's kind of a big celebration we've been doing. The first year was the year of the farmer, right? Because that's who grows grapes.
Right.
This year's the year of the vintner. And we're going to kick that off at the Valley of the Moon Vintage Festival. Have you guys been to that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a big parade. They have parade, they have wine, stuff like that. Next year is the year of community. So, you grow the grapes, you make the wine, and then you share it with your friends. So what I really love about our wonderful volunteers is that you guys kind of embody the community aspect of it. You're so open and welcoming to people,
Oh, thanks.
except for you, Dennis.
Well, we do like to go out and taste the wines that belong to our organization.
Yeah, well, no, but and that's the place. Like
And
the
we
sharing.
know better. What do you like when we ask people what kind of wines do you like?
Right.
And I said, don't be afraid to walk in and say, this is what I really like. Can I just taste the Pinots, or if I just, and we have growers and winemakers, and those are the best. You can go for a walk through the vineyards, San Giacomo,
Yeah.
Benzinger,
Yeah.
and everywhere around
St.
here.
Francis has that
St.
tour, so you walk right
Francis.
through it. Yeah.
And you can walk out in the vineyards. You can see the grapes growing. It should be exciting for you. It is for us.
Dennis, are you a gardener, or do you like to?
No.
Okay. No grapes in your backyard.
I'm an end user. I like to go out and see the grapes growing, and I love
Right.
to be out there when we're picking. Nothing's more fun than
Right.
putting your hand into the bins as the grapes are coming in, and all
that
of
amazing?
this. It's just,
Yeah.
It's hard work.
and it's hard.
It is.
It is hard work.
Well, it sounds like if you guys worked harvest, you can appreciate seeing the work that goes on in the fields.
And
Very
you
difficult.
appreciate how it's done.
Backbreaking.
Picked so fast, back-breaking
Yeah.
work.
And then they bring it into the crush pad, as they call
Yep.
it, and just seeing the hustle
Crush
and
and
bustle
de-stem
there.
it. Yep. You're
Yeah.
flying through it.
It's I do like it when people come during harvest and they say, "Can we take a tour of the crush pad?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Well, it's sort of like saying, can we go to the operating room during
dangerous.
a heart
Should we go
transplant?"
Yeah, sure.
You're like, there's people are doing stuff, man.
Yeah.
But there's a couple wineries you can kind of observe from
You
far away.
can, yeah. And they'll tell you no if you can't.
Right. Like at Benziger, they have a little platform you can look
Yes,
at as
you
part of their
do.
tour.
Oh, it is so much fun to be there.
Oh, you've done that tour? It's a good tour.
Yes,
I like that one.
It is the best tour.
What advice would you give to first-time wine tasters when they come? Like you kind of mentioned, like if you don't like it, you don't have to finish
No,
it.
remember food. Food is such an integral part of wine. It's not just, to me, it's sitting down and having a dinner made by an excellent cook here to my right. And it's, to me, it's just when she's cooking, we like to have a glass while she's making tomato sauce the other night. Just fabulous.
Oh, it's Stanley Tucci's.
Stanley Tucci's tomato
Oh, yeah?
sauce, and it's so good to have a glass while you make it, a glass while you eat it. It's heaven.
Yeah, and it's part of the
and
process.
good conversation.
Do you look at that? He's really talking you up. He's like your own hype man there in the corner.
Yeah,
I love
right.
it. Do you have an extensive wine collection at home, or is it just sort of you buy and drink it? Kind of thing?
A few bottles here and there, depending on what we love, and then we know, and then frequently you can find, when you go out with your friends or something, you'll find a new place. We were recently in Murphy's,
Oh yeah,
and we used to go there a lot.
Moaning Cavern.
Yeah,
Remember it well.
swam through it. It's
Yeah.
great, yeah.
Our son and daughter-in-law moved up that way.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But there were
and
nice restaurants and
Yeah.
lots of small wineries, all
Right.
friendly, and food to match.
They have a lot of Zinfandel up there, right? That's their big
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
That's their big thing. And it's always a little warm in the summer up there.
Yeah, it is.
There's a
Very warm.
There's a town up there called Copperopolis.
That's where our son lives. Yeah.
Oh, I think our VW bus would break down there without fail on our way up to Bear Valley. So on Highway 4
This
before
is
the
when-
overpass.
When you were married.
Yes.
No, this is when I was a little child.
child.
My parents, we had an
Volkswagen
old
bus.
VW bus.
I love those buses.
I don't
No, I mean,
suppose you'd be
it's
buying
great.
a new one, will you?
Well, it's funny because
80,000?
my son sees the old ones. Those cars are so cool.
They are.
We
They
have
are.
pushed that van so many times. Yeah, we had an old one. It was great.
You still have it?
No.
Oh.
Why, did you have one?
No.
Oh, yeah. My dad, who's listening, is probably sighing right now because the VW would always break down in Copperopolis. And we'd have to like walk back into town and find a tow truck.
Yeah, not much out there, but yeah.
I don't know whether it was air cooled like the old ones or what was going on, but it was definitely it wasn't maybe as reliable as the old Toyota Siennas are nowadays. We've come a long ways in van technology. Let's just say that. But they were nice. But
They got the electric one now.
they have the electric one now, but they are spendy, aren't they?
Yes.
80.
Is that for real?
I believe so. Well,
That's
I
amazing.
don't want to speak out of turn, but
Well, maybe they'll sponsor this podcast and give us one to try out.
absolutely.
That's a good idea.
And then we can all go wine tasting.
And we could put our name on the side of it.
That'd be great. Thank you. Hey, VW, if you're listening.
We're going back to the 60s.
They're all there. So
Back to our roots.
you guys like going up to Murphy's, though, it sounds like, and going up to the mountains and stuff. You travel a lot.
We love being here
We take a lot-
and traveling around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you take but you like taking day trips
Yeah.
is where you go. Have you guys ever done like that big, like we're going to go to Europe for 3 weeks and...
We went to
We've
Europe for a
done that
month
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then back again.
before we moved. Yeah.
okay.
Just when we left daycare and
We
You didn't
quit-
operate a
quit all the
business there on the
jobs.
side, did you? Now that I'm
Yeah.
learning more about you guys, yeah.
No.
Okay. For real?
for
No.
real.
You weren't like a train conductor or something, or like...
Well, let me think.
Okay, see? You ran a patisserie. Like, oh, I forgot about that.
Mr. Gas Station Attendant.
Oh yeah. He worked.
You were a gas station attendant?
He helped
When
one of our friends.
one of my former employers from when I got out of the Army, he hired me, and I worked there, and then we were watching his grandchildren, and a car backed into him. And so I went there, and he'd fired me, but I was working for him for free, so he couldn't complain.
Oh, I
And
see a
so
recurring theme.
And I'd go there, and he was always still crabby looking at me, but I was working for free. And
Wait,
running
why
the
were you
gas
working there
station.
then?
Because he was a good guy, and his grandkids were great.
That hurt.
And we loved his family.
Got it.
But he was always a crabby guy, and
Okay.
you learn to live with him.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
I hope, or you marry one.
No. Wait, it's not crabby guy? So we also glossed over, you were, it sounds like you were in the military for a little bit there.
Oh, yeah, but we're not going to talk
We're not going to talk about that. Okay, very good. But so you came back, you did a bunch of stuff. You've had all these different jobs.
Yeah.
You know a lot about wine. You know a lot about Sonoma, right? I mean, you guys are smart.
Oh, well, we both feel like we're the luckiest people in the room because of where we work, because we talk to so many different people, and once we left the winery, we didn't have the sociality that we used to have, and it's the same thing as a tasting room.
Right.
They're coming in, they're looking for the same thing: good food, good places to eat.
And they're happy, usually.
People are happy,
Advice, because they're looking, what are you looking for? And
Right.
Diane's so good because she can aim them towards the food they love. We have so many restaurants
Right.
that are our members that we can send them to.
I want to ask Diane real quick. Was your family a bunch of food people? Did your mom or dad cook a lot, or is this?
Mom was a stay-at-home mother for years, and we always had nice meals. But no, it's not that I'm an excellent cook, Tim. I like to cook.
I literally have it written down on a 3x5 card that she's an excellent cook.
You've
enjoy
never had
cooking.
a better pot roast.
Thank you.
Oh, pot
It's
roast. Oh,
her birthday
I
meal.
love pot roast.
You love pot roast? Okay, well, you can bring some in on a Friday.
Absolutely.
Nothing like pot roast 11 a.m.
You'd have me over.
The reason why, this is the segue, the reason why I bring up that you guys have had incredibly varied life experiences, and you've been volunteers, and you've been in the wine business. You now have to help me on this podcast in a section we call We Get Questions. Are you ready?
We get questions.
We Get Questions.
Yes.
So we have 2 visitor centers. You know that.
Yes.
Normally, I got to tell this to the guests, but you know that because you work at one. People call us, they text us, they ask us all sorts of questions. You're going to help me answer questions we get from visitors.
Okay.
See if you can do this.
I'm ready.
This might be new to you.
Okay.
First one.
Are we going to get a grade?
I'm going to double the pay. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Hi. I'm coming to visit for my 40th birthday, and I love Sauvignon Blanc and Champagne. Are there any events or things you recommend? We're staying at the Inn at Sonoma, so just south of the plaza, and we're open to ideas like maybe like a hot air balloon. And we saw there's a champagne bar or something, but what should we do? There's 8 of us.
8.
Oh, boy. There's a champagne right there on the
Several
plaza.
champagnes.
Yeah, it's Psy. There's a
Psy.
good champagne bar there. They specialize in that.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Do we have a lot of our wineries
Many
have that?
wineries
On the
make Sauvignon
yeah,
Blanc.
Sauvignon Blancs. Yeah, they've got some good Sauvignon Blancs everywhere.
And our champagne place, Gloria Ferrar.
Yeah.
Gloria's a good one. Down
Gloria's
in
great.
South.
That's a nice place to just sit and enjoy the view.
Right, you're up there on the hill a little
Yeah.
bit and looking down there. And stuff
Second
like
to none.
that. Yeah. Okay. You guys are doing this too easily because you do this every Friday. Most people just think about it, but you just answered it a little bit too fast.
Oh,
Could you think a little bit more because I don't have that many questions.
expand upon.
Go up to Benzinger. Benzinger's got a nice little Sauvignon Blanc up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost everybody has a Sauvignon Blanc. Chardonnays are a
Go to
big
San
deal for people.
San Giacomo, sit outside.
okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
There's so many. I don't want to name
roll-
certain ones.
You can't.
'cause
You don't
there's
have
so
to.
many.
Well, what I do, I'll edit it later. I'll just add all 200 more.
Okay.
Yeah, you just say one. I'll put 199 more.
We have guides, very good guides that we can give you, and you'll truly see the full scope of what the valley has to
This
offer.
guy. Look at this guy.
He's kissing.
He's always on.
I know.
I love this. You're right. You can order a visitor guide.
Yeah.
Have you read the visitor guide? I hear it's
Always.
very well written.
It is.
very well.
I hear it's very well published.
right,
That's what I was told.
and you have to remind people that just because
I tell myself that.
because I say, I love this Sauvignon Blanc or I love that Sauvignon Blanc.
Right.
It's all up to you. And
Right.
if you don't like it, even if it's $85 a bottle, if you pick it up, drink it, and you say, this is not for me, don't be afraid to say it's not for me.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
price doesn't mean everything. And usually the winemakers have a burning desire to make good wine, but they make it for their tastes. And so everybody's different, and everybody has different tastes. I've picked up a wine that I thought was absolutely great for a very low price, and my friend, the winemaker, says, "Oh, I would never drink that," only to find out in 20 minutes, I would drink that. So
Really?
you think you know what you like, but there's so many good wines out there from everywhere.
It's kind of spoiled for choice is part of our problem.
We are.
And we love French wines too.
Who got him on this?
So
Girl in the Fig has.
They've
Valley Swim has.
Actually, Valley Swim Club or Valley?
Valley Swim. Well, Valley too,
Valley
but
too.
Valley Swim has.
I was at Valley 2 weeks ago. That's such good food.
I
Oh,
love
it
it.
is such good food.
And
Really
Valley
good.
Swim. Have
Valley
you
Swim.
been to
I
Valley
haven't been to Valley Swim.
Nice.
And the staff is
Maybe I'll just go right after the podcast. and go
let's
there.
go.
It's really
Let's
good.
go.
We
No, I hear they have a
should
little
go now.
coffee thing in front, and they have old style like ice cream. They have soft serve ice cream there.
Soft ice cream
cream.
inside,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of East Coast, supposedly out there.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of chowder they have.
really
I've had
good.
It.
We've had
it's
it.
good.
It's
It's
delicious.
Is it red?
White. It's white.
Let's
Okay,
wait.
thank you. Not like Jan's sister chowder.
Red.
Jeez. Here's another question we got. You guys know that we have this Plaza tasting pass?
Yes.
Okay, so it's on our website.
Yes.
But their question was, is there a special code or something that I need to use the tasting pass?
I'll go ask Tim.
That's the right answer. If you don't have the answer, and they were asking, how does it work? So you're right. There isn't a special code. They kept asking, what's the code
For
the tasting pass?
for the tasting pass.
And they can text us 707-996-1090. And both Jose and I get the text, and they kept asking me for the code. I said, I don't understand what you're talking about. There is no code. You just buy the pass. The pass $69. Okay, that gives you 3 tastes at your choice of 12 different wineries. So it's up to 25% off. Yeah.
And don't forget this.
And Sonoma Sips, which is
Coming
$15.
soon.
That's coming soon.
Who's in it? Do you know?
Which one? The Plaza Tasting Pass?
No, in this one.
And the Sonoma Sips? I will know soon.
Okay.
Monday's the final day for them to sign up. I know. Segue. Let me tell you about some of the Sonoma Sips participants. Thank you
Even better.
for asking, because I have them ready. Caddis Wines. He's participating. He's on the Plaza. Cassidy Ranch. Garricky Wine / 3 Badge. Is what the sign. That's good stuff. Gloria Ferrer.
Oh, good.
Gun Bun with the mysterious White House that we're not going to talk about. Hamilton Family Wines, nice family up there in
Yes.
Kenwood.
And
up there in
excellent
Hamilton.
wines.
Very good wines. Highway 12 wines.
I like
Hold on.
Excellent
Shout out to Highway 12. They're always very welcoming.
Yes.
They're right off the plaza.
it. Yes, they are.
They've
Always
hosted
good
us
to us.
before. Always good. Onrama Cellars, off Burndale. It's down south of town. La Prenda, that one's a reservation, but La Prenda Wines in the
Back of
plaza.
the Red Grape.
Laurel Glen.
Good.
Bettina's been on the podcast before. It's actually up by where you guys used to work.
It's up
Right?
there. Yeah, it's up by Jacqueline and
Oh, by Jack London, that's right, yeah. Roche, downtown plaza.
Roche, excellent.
Yeah, Sojourn Cellars, St. Francis, and Talisman Wines. And then also Dane Cellars and Two Amigos Winery.
And no Robledo.
They might sign up. We still have time for people to
good.
sign up. Yeah,
Oh.
so should I talk to Vanessa? Sign up.
A lot of fun.
Come on, Robledo.
Place.
Well, that's
Get on
great.
it.
That's another great place because
is a
you
good
can-
spot.
The
It's
service
very
is just
it's
old family.
yeah,
Yeah, see?
and you can go out there and picnic and it's.
Oh,
nice.
really?
Lest
you
I
can bring-
digress. So
It sounds like we haven't digressed at all. We've been very clear.
no,
that we've.
it's so good, and
It is. No, I'm just saying,
family heritage is
Dennis, we haven't digressed at all. We've talked about your 25 different jobs. We've talked about moving a bunch of places. We've talked about the fact that you guys have like secret lives doing a bunch of different things. We've talked about that you're the nicest guy, but we're not going to admit that, and that you're a good cook, but we're not going to talk about that.
and prettiest wife.
And the prettiest
Oh
wife.
God, yeah. You know,
And
And
volunteers of the year.
yeah, because of her.
Yeah, you did a
let's
great
not
job.
get carried away. Okay.
Well, that's all right. Okay, guys, this is typically this is where I say how to get more information. But I'm going to ask you guys, is there a website for people to get more information about the Sonoma Valley?
Most assuredly.
We have a website.
Do you remember what it
Sonoma
is?
Valley, SonomaValley.com.
SonomaValley.com. The .com that's not going out of business.
That's right. That's right.
So if people want more information about Sonoma Valley, they can go to SonomaValley.com and they can call us and they can text us. Or if they want that personal touch, and it's Friday at 11 o'clock,
You can bring us.
what, what should they do, Dennis and Diane? Where should they go?
I'm Dennis Mitchell, and I get off at 1 o'clock, and we can
He
go
has
with
taken
you
me.
anywhere.
You're going to take them with them out of service. But they can come, visitors can come talk to you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
And you get a little sticker
Yeah.
You get a sticker.
and a visitor guide and a map. Okay. Well, guys, it's been wonderful. This is it. The podcast is over. It goes super fast, doesn't it? You were worried it would take a long time. But thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
And
Tim.
it's always good to have you here. We'll see you guys Fridays at 11 o'clock, right at the cart in front of the Carnegie Library
Yes, you will.
at the Visitor Center. And after you're done talking to award-winning volunteers, Diane and Dennis Mitchell, and even though they've answered all your questions, and it looks like since Dennis has driven you around afterwards, if you still have questions, go to SonomaValley.com for deals, special offers, and events. And remember, Sonoma Sips starts February 15th, and we're still in the middle of 100 days of Sonoma Wellness. Get new ideas for how to be well in Sonoma Valley. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Larry, I know you were a volunteer before. Give me tips. We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.